Peace be upon you. My name is Rasheedat Sadiq, the Emolligent teacher. Today I'd like to talk about how to make your classroom into a safe space. So first of all, let's look at the concept of safety. What does it mean? Safety is freedom from harm, injury, or loss. So when your class is a safe space, it's a place where the children are comfortable to learn and they don't fear any injury or harm or loss of any of their properties. So why is it important to make your classroom a safe space? Well, children need to feel safe in 3 different ways: physically, emotionally, and socially. And when they're able to feel totally safe in these 3 different ways, then they can concentrate their energies on actually learning. They can put in their best. However, if they are not safe, they spend so much energy and time being anxious and trying to create ways to be defensive to make themselves feel safe. Or they try to create barriers, either physical or mental, to safeguard themselves. So a child could create different mental barriers if they're not feeling emotionally or socially safe. You see such children being withdrawn, not ready to interact with anyone because they feel that no one understands them, or they're constantly being bullied and picked upon. So how do we go ahead to make our classrooms safe spaces? There are 2 main ways. The first one is to address and fix the physical arrangement of the class, and the next one is to discuss and manage the interactions with the class. So if we're able to handle everything physical, then the child feels safe physically and is safe physically. So first of all, what does the arrangement of the classroom look like? What type of furniture do you use? We need to use furniture that would be safe for the children, that don't have any loose screws or nails that could injure the children, that wouldn't be too heavy if they happen to fall on them, things like that. So we know different ways that we can actually accident-proof children's furniture, and we should get the ideal furniture for children. So you shouldn't have children of nursery ages sitting on chairs where their feet can't touch the ground. That isn't safe. They could topple over, they could fall. Also, we need tables that are at the ideal height. That is all very important. You also need to make sure that you have clear floor spaces. We need to avoid having wires and cables that can trip up the children, or having bags on the floor that can trip up children, or things like that. So we have to have a space for everything and keep the floor space as free and uncluttered as possible. Another important thing that we should do is to make sure that all stationery and equipment that will be in use by the children or the learners are easily accessible to them. So we shouldn't put pencils high up where the children need to climb on something before they can get to it. We shouldn't put, things in the way to where they're going to have to access their stationery or other materials that they will use. Another important thing to take note of is that if there are any supplies that could be misused or are dangerous, we need to keep them locked up, and they also need to be used under supervision of the teacher or the aide at all times. So things like glue that could be toxic, we have to be careful about leaving them around. Things like scissors, depending on the age of the children, or better yet, we can get safety scissors that are less likely to harm the children. So all of these work hand in hand to take care of the physical safety of the children. Another important thing that we should discuss with the learners in the classroom is how to behave in times of emergency. Now we have to make sure that we don't scare them unnecessarily, but we have to tell them the likelihood of emergencies happening and what to do to prevent emergencies and what to do in case they do happen, because some of them may be inevitable. So it's good to have a good fire safety procedure and exit procedure, possibly do fire drills from time to time. It's also good to talk about in the event of a storm, of flooding, of any other natural disaster that may occur where you are. Another one that is becoming more and more important to talk about is about attacks. Now, these can be really scary, but we live in a time where there are active shooter attacks on schools. In Nigeria here, we've had incidents where kidnappers are coming into schools, or sometimes even just in a war situation, what do you do? So there are some things like that that we may need to map out a plan as a school and as teachers, and just tell the children that, okay, if there's a situation, I need someone to help me barricade the door. I need all of you to stay quiet. I need you to stay under tables and to stay safe. That should take care of keeping safe physically. In our next video, we're going to talk about how to handle being emotionally and socially safe. Thank you for watching. Until we meet again, bye-bye.